tells me I'll, okay. Cynthia. Cynthia. Ready? I want to get out of here. All right, the Community and Business Development meeting will come to order. The clerk will call the roll.
All right, this is the Committee on Community Business Development. This is Monday, December 28, 2015. We're at 6:30 p.m. I'm Counselor DeFlorio.
Here.
Counselor Hill.
Yes.
Counselor Honey.
Here.
And I have Counselor McKenna.
Here.
We have 4 members present. We do have a
We
quorum.
do have a quorum. Please stand and salute the flag. Clerk will read the first order of business.
All right, the first piece of business is to grant a petition for a second-class motor dealer license for Regal Auto Schools Incorporated at 21 Everett Ave.
We do have the petitioner here. Does anybody have any questions? Would you like to invite the petitioner up? I'll take a motion.
Motion to invite petitioner up.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The petitioner, please come up.
Thank you, Madam Chairman.
If you could please state your name and address for the records, we would appreciate it. Thank you.
It's Richard O'Neill, an attorney practicing here. Oops, you want me to go?
Please.
On the mic? Sure.
You want to sit?
You just turn the switch.
Unaccustomed as I am to speaking before a large group, I simply want to introduce myself. Thank you, Madam Chairperson. Richard O'Neill, I'm an attorney here in Everett.
Is that on?
I hope so. Or I just wasted that whole thing.
It's on.
It's a good speech.
It's on.
And again, I'm here representing Ibrahim and John El Rahani. They're brothers who currently operate a second-class license down at the site, just for ease of identification, by Larry White's Auto Body on the Revere Beach Parkway. The El Rahani brothers are under agreement to purchase a property at the corner of the Revere Beach Parkway and Everett Ave and Chelsea Street down, just to orient you, by the Taco, is it Taco Bell? Taco Bell, across the street from the Kentucky Fried Chicken. Again, great institutions, great purveyors of fine food, but I can't go there anymore. But there's been an establishment there for many, many years on the corner. It had been a fruit stand we were talking about earlier, and then over the last several years, it has been open seasonally as an ice cream shop. The El Rahani brothers are under agreement to purchase it, and the purpose of this agreement is for them to relocate their second-class license from the current location at Larry White's property over to this property, which they would then own and operate. At that location, they will sell used vehicles. They'll perform no repairs, no inspections. They have another facility in Revere where they're licensed to do repairs, oil change, inspections, etc. This is simply going to be a retail operation. They will have a bay as part of their the structure that they're going to modify the current structure that's on the property, but they will have a bay in there for really more for detailing and for showing the vehicles, not for mechanical or inspections. Again, simply retail, and they've run a good operation. We've looked in the city clerk's office. There have not been notations of complaints. I don't think there's certainly been police activity down there. It's just been a good operation. They've been here, they've been practicing or working for about 13 years, a little bit more, and again, just run a good operation. And they're happy to be here in Everett. And we stand ready to answer any questions the committee may have.
Thank you. Councilor McKinnon?
Through you, Madam Chairwoman, to the petitioners.
Let me see.
Forgot me?
Go ahead. Okay. Let me see, the hours of operation would be?
Be Monday through Friday would be 8 AM to 8 PM. And on Saturday, it would be 8 AM to 4 PM, closed on Sundays.
All right. And then, let me see, the bay would only be used for, that they're creating, would only be used for detail. Would they be actually using an off-site lot or something like that?
Yes, they'll use their facility in Revere, and it's approximately 2 miles away, according to Abraham.
That's where they would be doing all the repairs or anything?
If necessary. They're not a repair shop per se, oil change or whatever it is, getting the cars ready for sale.
Okay.
No auto body, no mechanical really, no auto body, that's for sure.
Sure. All right, thank you.
Counselor Hanlon?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Mr. O'Neill, through you to your petitioners. I just want to make sure I know the difference between repair work and warranty work. Changing of a tire, I would consider to be warranty work. New windshield wipers, I would consider to be warranty work. Suspension work, I would continue, that's repair work. I mean, is there going to be any, that kind of work on the property? And they're going to have a detailed shop where they can put in a new windshield wiper, and I want to make sure they understand that.
Well,
That's okay.
just to make sure I understand the question properly, but if, to replace a windshield wiper or things like that, but if it's replacing windshield, shock absorbers,
no windshield,
warranty work, that would all be done off-site at their Revere location.
And,
There will not be a hydraulic lift here, anything like that.
Will the business be completely moved over?
Oh, yes.
There'll be no
yes.
operation at 2 sites?
No.
No, okay. And the number of cars on the property,
We believe we did some preliminary calculations with Mr. Desmond in the building department, and again, looking at the setback requirements, side yard, rear yards, et cetera. And we believe somewhere between 20 and 25 vehicles will fit compliantly on the lot.
okay.
And again, but that might be, it could go up or down based on the final calculations, and of course, based on the final reconfiguration of the structure that they are currently. And there's been some additions to the facility down there. I think there's a refrigeration unit on the property.
Yeah,
now
it's gonna be removed.
That are gonna be removed, so we're gonna
When
do the
we-
property.
we talk about a number of vehicles that are being parked on the property, I know you're saying you have 20, 25, but I need to know, like, where the workers or salesmen or the owner is gonna park, and that's gotta be in that number.
And it was all part of the calculation. That would be that would be vehicles for sale. We had, my memory is.
Before you
again-
jump too fast.
I'm sorry, go
What
ahead.
about someone that comes in to buy a vehicle, in a vehicle?
The city ordinances provide for all of that, and the requirements are set out in the building department. They provide, I think a minimum of 2 spaces for employees, and again, depending on the number of employees, have to be set aside, and there has to be customer parking set aside. So our calculations on the number of vehicles was simply the number of vehicles available for sale. And we've made accommodation, again, according to the city's ordinances, for customer parking and for employee parking.
You have an
You've done this
agreement-
before. That's a good question,
Well,
Mr. Hanlon.
Well, I mean, but you have an agreement to purchase a property?
Yes, we do.
Okay, and do you have anything on the property at this moment?
No,
Nothing at all?
no.
So-
Well, do we as, my clients as the buyers? No.
No, I know there's something on the property, but anything of theirs? Nothing of theirs is on the property?
Nothing of my clients.
Right.
No, there's nothing belonging to my clients on the property currently.
Okay, very good, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hanlon.
Counselor Sani?
Thank you. How many vehicles you have now at the other location?
15 vehicles.
15? Okay. So roughly, you probably bring the same over, and then whatever we need to have for employees and, so, okay. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? No other
Will
questions?
they be excused with customary
Excused with the
thanks?
customary thanks. Thank you, gentlemen, for
Madam Chairman,
appearing.
members, thank you.
And
Favorable action, Madam Chairman.
I believe that we should make a motion that license will be granted
Yeah.
pending approval of the building department in fire prevention. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Clerk will read the next order of business, please.
Item number 2 is order to grant a petition for a second-class motor dealer license, AGM Auto Sales at 152 Ferry.
Can we make a motion to invite the petitioner up?
I have a motion to invite the petitioner. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. If the petitioners please could come up, sit down and state your name. State your name and address, please, for the record.
Marco Serino, 41 Columbia Street, Malden, Mass. The address is gonna be the new license. We're looking for 152 Fair Street. Used to be an old business car dealership. They closed in July. We're looking for open. We have another location in Malden, 135 Eastern Ave for 7 years. We just gotta like growing up a little bit, and then we try and open second place.
Okay. Counselor McKinnon.
Through you, Madam Chairwoman, to petitioner here. Let me see, what's the hours of operation you're gonna be doing?
It's gonna be 9 to 7, Monday to Friday,
9 to 7, Monday through Friday?
and 9 to 5 on Saturday, and close on Sundays.
Okay. And then, how many vehicles you gonna be having on there?
The building inspector already approved 22 sales cars and 4 employers and 4 customer park.
Okay. Now, are you gonna be doing any type of work on the property?
Not really. No, we have another location and we have a garage with another.
Not really. What are you gonna be
Like we
doing?
do
on
just
it?
like cleaning stuff, like washing cars and no oil change, nothing on it.
Detail work, or?
Yeah, just detail work, like vacuum and stuff like that on the garage, that's all.
Okay, thank you.
Counselor Sani.
Council McKinnon already asked my question, so I'm all set.
Thank you. Counselor Hanlon.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. To you, sir, are you the only owner of this property,
No,
operator of this
it's me and my
property?
partner.
Just yourself?
Yeah, no, me and the partner.
You have a partner?
Yes,
Is he on the license?
yeah, he's on the license.
What's his name?
Rodrigo Barba.
Okay, has he, have you ever been in business in Everett before?
Never, no.
Has he?
No,
He's never been in business in
No.
Everett? Is this the only place you've ever worked in Malden?
in Malden, yeah, that's the first time we opened like 7 years ago. We opened in 2000, in the end of 2008,
Yeah, you have a license in Malden?
yes.
Do you have to go through the same procedures to get your license in Malden as you do in Everett?
Same thing.
Who owns a piece of property that you're going on?
Right now is Salvatore Caputo. She
Sounds
lives in,
familiar. He was there before as a car dealer?
no, the owner, the old owner for the car dealership is
No, the former one, the Superior Auto Sales.
no, I don't know who's
You don't
owner.
know that?
No, I have no idea.
There was a computer over there. He also owned a taxi service up in that property a long time ago. You have no license on that property yet. What gives you the right to store 25 vehicles in that property right now?
The 22 cars?
You have 25 vehicles in that property right now. Who gave you the right to put those vehicles there?
No, we got 22.
You have 25, I counted them. There's 25
25?
vehicles there.
Yeah, I talked to the owner when I rented, like a month ago, because we need to move the cars because it had storage and I have no place to put it in, because we're gonna close the rent, the lease, and I respect, I can move it, just no open the gate until I get the license.
In that case, you would have needed an open-air parking permit, but that's neither the case or anything. But, you know, if you wanted to do something, you should have checked with our clerk to see if you could park vehicles right there. And we've had a very bad time with this location, and so I'm very weary of giving another license for anything at that property. And I know if you talk to our clerk, you'll find out that we only give licenses to the very nicest people in the world. And after they get their license, they're not the nicest people anymore.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't want that to happen. And so I'm kind of, don't know how I'm gonna vote on this, but I'm not happy that there are vehicles on that property, because you have no right to have them there.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
Counselor McKinnon.
When did you bring those vehicles to that property?
When?
When did you bring those vehicles to that property?
Like 10 days ago?
And you just went through the property owner, not through anyone through the city?
Yeah, I just talked to the owner, they say they can be legal to do it, I don't know.
Did you open up the gate to try to sell any of those
No, it's closed.
your property from there?
It's closed.
Okay.
I just got the work compensation today, everything.
And you're not gonna be doing any type of detailing work or anything like that on that property? Because I know that property, as my colleague had stated, had problems down there before.
Yeah, we're not gonna do any, just sell.
Well, because, I mean, we don't wanna have a neighborhood in an uproar because you tell us one thing and then it turns out to be another thing.
No, we're not gonna do any of those
Okay.
service.
Well, you already, basically, you came into our city and you brought your vehicles from one city to another city, ours, and you didn't even ask our permission to do so.
Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. I didn't know I can put anything there.
All right, what I suggest is, as we move forward, maybe as a trial period for 6 months, and then a review within that 6-month period,
I'll second that.
to come up and actually take a look at this and keep an eye on them. So, reason being is because they've already started operating or tried to without our acknowledgement. And I
just
believe
have
that would be.
one
Yep.
statement from the chair, and I believe my colleagues have already made a point, but that neighborhood, people live there. It's a residential area, and we expect you to be respectful to our
Yeah,
neighbors.
I already talked to some people over there already
Okay.
about that parking stuff.
So, with that being said, we're gonna take the recommendation, I believe, we're gonna take a vote on this, that give you 6 months. After 6 months, you will come to renew to make sure that you're doing the right thing.
Okay,
So, we as counselors represent the people of Everett, and we wanna make sure that everything is done right, and we welcome the new businesses to Everett. And unfortunately, you didn't start off at the right foot right now. So we still wanna give you a chance, we're not punishing you, but we wanna make sure that you do the right thing. So, if there are no other questions, we'll excuse with the customary thanks. One more question, I'm sorry.
Not a question. When you're finished.
Councilman, yes, I am, thank you.
Just want to point out to you that when you get a license, and we say we're granting it for 6 months or 6 years, that doesn't make any difference. If we feel that you're not running the operation, all car dealers, by the way, if we feel you're not running it in the proper way that you said you're supposed to, we can revoke or restrict your license. We can suspend your license for a number of days or a number of weeks. Usually Friday is a good day to sell automobiles, or Saturday. We could restrict your selling of your licenses on a Friday or Saturday for 6 months if we feel that you're not doing the right thing. So I just want you to be aware that there are other things we can do besides granting a license. We can also take them away, or we can suspend or restrict them, okay?
okay.
So do the right thing.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, well.
Make a
Motion's on the
motion.
floor with 6 months
The
restriction.
motion, I have a motion on the floor for 6 months, trial period. I do have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. Now, I also want you to know, you and the other board members, I didn't say it to them because I think their attorney already knows. This has to be voted on at 7 o'clock by the entire board,
Okay.
okay? So, but thank you.
Stay in the
Thank you so
audience. They may have questions.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. You're adjourned.